Well, I read into those results that the country psychologically is in a transition. A lot of certainties in the past have evaporated in Germany, and that has sort of unsettled a lot of people. What do I mean? Prior to COVID, the country was sailing relatively smoothly with its export-led model, relying on energy imports from others, and all this has sort of gone away. If you look at the openness of the EU and Germany, we are both we're a trading bloc with Germany in the middle with the highest openness. And what we see at the moment is the openness is being used by Chinese exporters to flood our markets with manufacturing goods, with cars, things we didn't really expect. So on the incoming side, we have a barrage of goods coming in, and on the outgoing side, where we export things, we can already see that things get tougher. And I expect in the US a lot more trade restrictions after the election. So from an economic model, we're under stress. You add on top of that energy prices that are still too high compared to pre-COVID, and you've got the crisis. And Volkswagen is just a warning signal that the economic model is extremely under stress. When Germans are stressed economically, they sometimes react funnily in a political way. Yeah. Well,
I mean, hopefully not as extreme as we've seen in history. But I found the Volkswagen situation, I find it stunningly fascinating, because the reaction from Oliver Blume, the reaction from the boss of SEAT and others within the group is different from the workers, who, of course, have such an important role on the supervisory board as well. Blume doesn't want tariffs on Chinese products because, of course, it affects some Volkswagen imports in, but also faces retaliation in China as well. Is Blume right, though, to say, actually, more tariffs is going to create more problems? Or actually, are the workers right to say we need some form of protection for our industry?
Funnily, both of them are right. As an economist, I totally oppose tariffs. So Blume is right on the question, which tools should we use? But the workers are right in saying we need to put some pressure to our trading partners to go back to a level playing field. There are things short of tariffs that we can do vis-à-vis our Chinese friends. And that is we can either say that we're not going to support them in other political arenas, as we did in energy policies and stuff like that. We could start subsidizing our consumers when they buy German cars or European cars or non-Chinese cars. You normally call it non-tariff trade barriers. Yeah. But the tariff itself is an ultima ratio. So Blume is right and the workers are right. It can't go on like that.
Let's go back to these elections as well. We've had our correspondents' excellent coverage out of Dresden just covering this as well. But what's going on where you've got this side of Wagenknecht alliance on one side, which looks extreme. You've got the AfD on the other side that looks extreme. And as we all know from history, when you look at the extremities of left and right, they begin to look the same when you look at it from the centre. What's going on?
I think Germany is just repeating what you've seen in the US, in France, in Italy. You have groups of people that somehow feel neglected, that don't think that they are part of the political center. They don't think they get attention from government in terms of investment. So it's the people that feel left behind. And you've got a large group of those people feeling left behind psychologically in East Germany, and they have been prey to a lot of propaganda from our friends further to the east. There have been disinformation campaigns, there have been subversion campaigns with Russia, with German-speaking Russian media, and it pays off.
Do you think that the drift or the move to the extreme left and the extreme right is Russian orchestrated?
Well, the FBI authored and published a report yesterday which was supported by German intelligence services, saying that there has been massive disinformation campaigns being lodged, especially at Germany, with a focus on East Germany to destabilize the political atmosphere and to undermine the support for Ukraine. What kind of evidence, in addition, do we need?